You're watching NCBA's Cattleman to Cattleman on RFD TV.
Welcome back to this week's edition of NCBA's Cattleman to Cattleman. We're speaking with the experts with O'Lakes Purina Feeds. And Chris, I want to turn to you. Can you tell us a little bit about your research team?
Sure can, Kevin. We have a very well-balanced research team out there. There are two scientists like myself, Dr. Ron Scott, who's the director of our research group. We're both trained nutritionists. Okay. And we have a very good, balanced field staff at the Longview Animal Nutrition Center to make sure we get our jobs done. The 7 technicians that we have there at the farm, basically it's their job to take care of our research protocols, to make sure that they follow the research procedures. So we want to make sure our data is right. Because when we make a decision that this product is going to perform, it's based upon that sound data that we're getting there at the Longview Animal Nutrition Center.
Well, tell us a little bit about that process. What is the process you go through to research new opportunities at the Longview Animal Center?
Well, we kind of alluded to that a little bit earlier. You know, it all starts with what happens with people out in Steve Conrad's country, as well as all of our dealers all across the country. And it gets back to there is an industry need. And then it's the place of our consultants like Dr. Farmer, along with our marketing team, with Rod and his staff, where they're putting those market research ideas together. It says we need a product or a program that does this to help our customers to better utilize forage or improve body condition score to improve our reproductive process. So once we get those sound foundations set that we need to work on these types of programs, then we start working on specific models of products. Maybe it's a new tub, maybe it's a new pellet, maybe it's a new liquid that will address those needs. So as simple as let's make a new product and put it in front of cattle and just see if they eat it. Sure. And if they eat it, then maybe we'll do some performance testing. Because really that's one of the biggest needs of our customers out there is performance. You bet. When we put the products out, they have to consume it. They have to be able to utilize it to put on better body condition score if it's for a brood cow product, or if it's a feedlot product, they've got to consume it at the rate we need to get the proper protein and energy utilization, along with the improvement in the efficiency, average daily gain, and carcass parameters. So we measure a lot of those parameters to make sure we get the response that we need. So we may do 2 or 3 of those studies there at Longview. And once we get through one study and it says that the performance gives the customer value, the end user value, we'll run it through our economic model at that point to make sure that, yeah, performance is there, but based upon how we have to formulate that product, the ingredients that we have to utilize, is there a cost benefit? Is there a cost benefit? Because that's really what the customer's looking for. Performance, yes, but you better have a cost benefit as well. So once we get those cost benefits and those models done, we work with our marketing team hand in hand to make sure it has value. It's what they're looking for to give to Chance as well as Steve and for his customers. Then we go out and see, does it work out in the marketplace? Because we can't get all that done at Gray Summit. Because we've got we do have a cow herd, but it's a research herd. Sure. We do have feedlot facilities, but again, small scale. But we want to make sure we duplicate what goes on, the way those products are fed. You bet. So that's when we turn to Chance to say, gotcha. Let's work.
Well, tell us a little bit about the kind of field research, Chance, that you and your team are doing.
Absolutely. It's imperative after Chris and his team does the work there at the research farm for us to take a look at it in quote-unquote the real world, I guess you can say. And the reasoning for that is if you think about it, things are a lot different in southern Louisiana than they are in North Dakota or in the eastern Corn Belt versus southwest Texas. So we do things in a very controlled environment at the research farm there outside of St. Louis. Now it's time to take the next step before we just say, okay, it worked here, let's just provide this product to whoever might need it. It's the next step is saying, hey, does it really work in this environment with these genetics and with this management style in various places across the United States? So it's very important to take that step so that we're not doing things kind of willy-nilly, so to speak, coming out of the research farm and directly to somebody's outfit that may be drastically different than what we have in Gray Summit, Missouri. So it's a very, very important step in the process of getting those products and programs to the producer.
So how then, Chris, will you take what you gain in terms of insight from field trials and then move a product forward into product commercialization?
It'll be a staged approach, Kevin. We want to make sure we get the value that we demonstrated at Gray Summit at the Longview Animal Nutrition Center. is very similar to what Chance or the other field consultants would see in their local markets when they're out there field testing. So just because it works at Gray Summit, sometimes they fail once they get out in the real world because cattle don't eat them like we thought they may have if it's a free choice product or things like that. So once we get the results from those field tests, we bring them back, do the economic modeling again, the performance modeling, making sure they still have value. That by the time they get in our dealer's hands, like Mr. Conrad here, he can offer a product that meets the needs of his customers, that not only gives them a performance advantage, but more importantly, an economic advantage as well.
Well, Steve, tell us a little bit about your market down there in Texas.
Well, we're in the central part of Texas, in the grass country, so we deal primarily with cow-calf producers.
Sure.
Now, we do work with different types of those folks. We have the purebred breeders, we have commercial cattlemen, and then we have a lot of hobby people that just have cattle just to enjoy.
You bet.
Yeah.
What are the challenges that you're seeing in this environment today with those cow-calf producers?
Well, I think that the costs that are involved in raising calves on the cow-calf level now, that probably continues to be the main concern. Obviously weather always plays a part in that too, because it's so unpredictable one year to the next. But rising costs mean that our customers as cow-calf producers have to do a better job every year.
Sure.
And it's not unusual, it's not different than just business either. But they have to be better each year, and then we try to help them to do that.
Well, I know as a cow-calf producer, you, especially in economic environments like this, you get real wary of, what products do you really have to use, and are they adding the economic benefit of your operation and so forth. How do you build trust with cow-calf producers and beef producers as a local dealer?
Well, building trust with our customers is the same as it would be with any relationship that you form with someone else. We start by trying to give the best service possible, deliver on time. We have very good employees that follow through and take care of our customers for us. What we do from one year to the next needs to be consistent. We need to continue giving the same message to our customers year in and year out. And one of the things and one of the ways we do that has been being a Purina dealer for 50 years. They look at us and they know what we stand for. We're not going to jump in the boat one year and out the next. So I think that's important. And I guess lastly in building trust would be to be predictable. As I visit with customers, they pretty well know what to expect from us.
Sure.
And I think that's what we need to do.
You bet. We've talked a lot about research in this segment. What does research mean to a local dealer like you and your customers?
Well, it's absolutely imperative for an operation like M&M, because when we ask a person to use a product or start a program, we want to have the confidence that it's going to work.
Sure.
Our customers rely on us to really search the industry for better technology, for animal health, feeding programs, all these things that will help them do what they want to do. So, we have to be there for them, and we try to be.
What specifically has it meant to M&M Farm Supply, the kind of research that you're able to capitalize on being part of the Land O'Lakes Purina team?
Well, that puts us in an area that I'm really proud of. We can grow a customer base from one year to the next because of the success that we've had with the customers that we have now. And they talk to each other, they give recommendations to other customers, so it's been a neat way for our company to grow through the years, and again, be predictable.
With all due respect to the great products that you all have, I know personally that it's not just about products, it's also about services that a local dealer provides. And I guess I'd be interested to know what kind of services are you providing some of your customers?
Well, obviously we deliver all kind of feed, so a delivery service would be one thing.
Sure.
We're in the fertilizer business also, so we not only apply fertilizer but herbicides also. We have a feeder rental program. A lot of the new technology from Purina involves bulk feeders and self-feeding cattle, so we rent those feeders out. We do soil test soil tests for customers. And we have a whole staff that constantly is out in the field, maybe doing condition scoring or keeping up with feed consumption for customers.
You're wearing your AccuRation shirt, and I know it's just one of the technologies that Purina has brought to the market. What has Purina technology meant to you and your dealership and for your customers?
Well, that's an easy question to answer too, because we've made our customers better cattlemen. And my company by itself would not be able to do that. We have some great people that are part of our staff. But to have the research, the backing, and the products that Purina has developed through the years, it's just made our customers be better producers. We add to their success, and I'm very proud of that.
That's awesome. How do you reach producers? I mean, there's a lot of cow-calf producers out there in the country, 700-some thousand of them. How do you reach all the producers in your area?
Well, we've done a number of things through the years. One of the things I believe that I would fall back on would be our annual barbecue or cattle meeting. We bring all of our customers in, and we enjoy barbecue together, have a little entertainment. We have some of these experts that are here today come in and talk to them about some of the technical things. But we give them information, we train, we use that kind of as a classroom thing. We put out a newsletter monthly. We actually do some TV ads. We have field days, and we can talk more about those here in a little bit, but field days are an excellent way to show customers how something works, how to be successful with it. The reason that's important, these guys do a great job in putting the programs together for us, but it's up to the customer then to do the process correctly. It's up to us to help them do that for those products and programs to really work well.
Rod, I'd like you to weigh in on that same question. As the lead of the marketing department for the cattle group, how do you reach producers, and how can producers learn more about some of this that we've been discussing?
Well, that's the big challenge from reaching those 700 and some thousand cow-calf operators that there are out there, and how can we make an impact on them. As you can quickly see, these guys play a huge role in making sure that we get the right information and it's applied correctly in the marketplace. But what we can do from a national basis is just get the information out there, maybe get them curious enough about it to go in and see Steve or to call and ask Chance. I heard about this product. And one way that we do that is RFD TV and our work with Cattleman to Cattleman. We found that it's a great way to reach producers and really tell a pretty good story. The face-to-face meetings, we help to sponsor a meeting series every year with our dealers because these cattlemen love to have face-to-face training, see the cattle, talk to people who have been successful with it. So we do those things. And then just the traditional things of advertising. We have a direct mail program where we mail stuff out directly to producers out there. So we try to take a more global approach to how we reach those producers. But we work hard at it every day to get better.
That's good stuff. Well, another great discussion, gentlemen. And when we return, we're going to be learning more about Purina's commitment to the beef cattle industry. We'll be right back.